What if the most beautiful places in America aren't the ones plastered across Instagram, but the quiet towns nobody's talking about? Imagine living in a place where rent is cheap, the neighbors wave, and the sunsets aren't filtered, because they don't need to be. Would you trade crowded cities for charm, noise for nature, and traffic lights for fireflies? In this video, we're uncovering 10 secret American towns that fly way under the radar, but might just steal your heart. They're cozy, affordable, and full of character. Number 10. Murphys, North Carolina. Murphys, North Carolina. A place so under the radar, even Google Maps feels like it's whispering when you zoom in. Nestled at the western tip of the state, near the Tennessee and Georgia borders, Murphys is home to just around 1,600 people. But trust me, this little town punches way above its weight. Surrounded by the Blue Ridge Mountains, it offers stunning views, fresh mountain air, and some of the friendliest folks you'll ever meet. And if you like four seasons without the extreme chaos, Murphys is a dream. Winters are mild, summers are pleasantly warm, and fall, a complete show-off. Affordability, the median home price in Murphys is around $275,000, a steal when you compare it to the state average of $320,000. Renters? You'll love this. A two-bedroom apartment can go for as low as $800 a month. And even though it feels remote, you're not cut off from civilization. Asheville is about 2 hours away, and Chattanooga, Tennessee is just 90 minutes down the road. That means big city fun is accessible, but you still wake up to deer in your yard and not sirens outside your window. And for the outdoorsy types, Murphys is paradise. It's right next to the Nantahala National Forest and just a short drive from the Appalachian Trail. You've got endless hiking, tubing down the Hiwassee River, and ziplining through the Smokies. Into history? Murphys has roots going back to 1835, and the downtown is loaded with antique shops, old-timey cafes, and even a Cherokee County Historical Museum. But perhaps the real secret sauce is community. It's the kind of place where the farmer's market feels like a block party and people still hold the door open. If you're craving a slower pace, lower prices, and higher quality of life, Murphys is waiting with open arms. Number 9. Tarpon Springs, Florida. Tucked along Florida's Gulf Coast, Tarpon Springs feels like a little Mediterranean vacation without the jet lag. With a population of about 25,000, this charming town is famous for something you probably wouldn't expect: sponges. That's right. Known as the sponge capital of the world, Tarpon Springs boasts a rich Greek heritage dating back to the early 1900s, when Greek sponge divers made this place home. Walk down Dodecanese Boulevard, and you'll hear Greek music, smell fresh baklava, and maybe even catch a boat hauling in a net of natural sponges straight from the sea. But this town isn't just quirky, it's wildly livable. The median home price sits around $310,000, below the Florida average of $390,000. You'll find waterfront cottages, Mediterranean-style homes, and cozy bungalows tucked between palm-lined streets. Plus, the cost of living is about 8% lower than Tampa, just 30 miles to the south. You get beach town vibes without paying beach town prices. What's really magical here is how the town blends culture and nature. St. Nicholas Cathedral feels like it was airlifted from Athens. There are over 50 Greek restaurants and bakeries, and the annual Epiphany celebration draws thousands. For outdoorsy types, the Fred Marquis Pinellas Trail, boat tours, kayaking through mangroves, and beaches like Sunset Beach are just minutes away. And let's talk about safety. Tarpon Springs has a crime rate nearly 25% below the national average, making it a peaceful place to settle down. Whether you're a foodie, an art lover, or someone who wants daily ocean breezes and sunsets that look hand-painted, Tarpon Springs is one of Florida's best-kept secrets. It's authentic, it's beautiful, and it's proof that you don't need to move to Santorini to live the Greek island dream. Number 8. Abington, Virginia. Abington, Virginia may not be on your radar yet, but by the end of this paragraph, it just might be your next dream move. Home to just 8,000 residents, this quaint Appalachian town is like a live painting. Rolling hills, cobblestone streets, and 19th century buildings that somehow feel untouched by time. Located in southwest Virginia near the Tennessee border, Abington isn't just historic, It's full of life, creativity, and a surprising amount of action for a town its size. One of its biggest draws? The Barter Theater, one of the oldest professional theaters in the U.S., which opened in 1933 during the Great Depression. They literally bartered admission with produce, hence the name. Today, it hosts year-round performances that draw more than 160,000 visitors annually. Not bad for a small town, right? The median home price is just under $245,000, making it one of the most affordable artsy towns in America. And with a cost of living about 12% lower than the national average, your dollar stretches further than you'd think. Plus, you get modern amenities, boutique shops, cafes, and galleries, all without losing that charming, slower pace of life. Outdoor lovers will fall head over boots for the Virginia Creeper Trail, a 34-mile scenic biking and hiking trail that winds through mountains and past rivers. If you're into fishing, kayaking, or fall foliage that looks like a Bob Ross painting, Abington checks every box. But beyond the numbers and attractions, the heart of Abington is its community. This is the kind of place where neighbors know your dog's name, people wave as they pass, and the local farmers market is a weekly reunion. It's cozy, cultured, and criminally underrated. Abington is Appalachia at its absolute best. Number 7. Bisby, Arizona. Once a booming copper mining town, Bisby, Arizona has reinvented itself as the artsiest desert enclave you've never heard of. Tucked into the Mule Mountains near the Mexican border, Bisby is home to around 5,000 residents, and every one of them seems to have a story, a paintbrush, or a past worth writing about. This place is quirky in the best way. From staircases that zigzag up hills like Escher paintings to art galleries inside former saloons. Back in the early 1900s, Bisby was the largest city between St. Louis and San Francisco, with more than 20,000 people mining copper, silver, and gold. Today, you'll find ghost town charm with 21st century soul. The median home price is around $230,000, making it a haven for creatives, retirees, and remote workers looking for inspiration without the big city costs. There's even a low property tax rate of about 0.68%, one of the lowest in Arizona. But it's not just cheap, it's vibrant. The Bisby 1000 stair climb is a wildly fun race, up 1,034 outdoor steps that winds through hidden alleys and old neighborhoods. The annual Side Pony Express Music Festival brings indie bands from across the country, and if you're into haunted history, the Copper Queen Hotel is rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the Southwest. Spooky. Need more? You're just 90 minutes from Tucson with great road trip access to the Chiricahua Mountains and other Sonoran desert wonders. And despite its small size, Bisby has one of the best weather patterns in Arizona. Mild summers thanks to its 5,500-foot elevation, and winters that rarely dip below freezing. Bisby is not just a town, it's an experience. It's eccentric, affordable, walkable, and packed with character. If you're tired of cookie-cutter suburbs and want something with soul, Bisby is calling. Number 6. Brevard, North Carolina. Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Brevard, North Carolina is like a hidden soundtrack of nature, peace, and charm. With just 7,800 residents, this town is the definition of cozy but not boring. It's famous for two things: white squirrels, yes, they're real, and being surrounded by more than 250 waterfalls. That's not a typo. Brevard is right next to Pisgah National Forest and DuPont State Recreational Forest, where you'll find cascading waterfalls every few miles. And yes, some were even used in the Hunger Games. If you're an outdoor lover, this is paradise. Hiking, mountain biking, fly fishing, and kayaking are just daily life here. And unlike some remote mountain towns, Brevard is surprisingly accessible. It's only 45 minutes from Asheville and 30 minutes from the airport. The elevation is 2,231 feet, which means cooler summers and mild winters, making it one of the most comfortable climates in the state. Let's talk affordability. The median home price is about $340,000, and many homes come with mountain views and generous plots of land. The cost of living is about 5% lower than the national average, and crime is minimal. Brevard consistently ranks as one of the safest towns in the region. The downtown area is an absolute gem. Picture art galleries, indie bookstores, family-run diners, and a music scene that punches way above its weight. It's even home to the Brevard Music Center, which hosts summer performances by world-class classical musicians. Oh, and the White Squirrels? There's even a festival for them every May. If you're looking for a friendly, artsy, outdoor-centric lifestyle with a sprinkle of whimsy, Brevard delivers in every category, and it does it with a smile and a splash of waterfall mist. Number 5. Astoria, Oregon. Astoria, Oregon is one of those places where the past and present mingle like the fog rolling in from the Pacific. Perched where the Columbia River meets the Pacific Ocean, Astoria is a salty, scenic gem of about 10,000 residents, packed with maritime charm, colorful Victorian homes, and a creative vibe that's hard to pin down but impossible to forget. If you love moody weather, rich history, and dramatic landscapes, Astoria checks every box. The first U.S. settlement west of the Rockies, Astoria was founded in 1811 and still feels like a step back in time. The old-school trolley still runs along the waterfront, and the Astoria Column, perched 600 feet above sea level, gives you jaw-dropping views of the river, ocean, and even the Washington coastline. And yes, if it looks familiar, it's because The Goonies and Kindergarten Cop were filmed right here. The median home price is around $410,000, which is reasonable for coastal Oregon, especially compared to Portland's $530,000 average. Rent? A two-bedroom apartment might set you back $1,300 to $1,500, and that's with river or forest views. The town also enjoys zero state sales tax, which is a big perk in your monthly budget. Astoria's weather is famously overcast with around 180 rainy days per year, but residents wear that like a badge of honor. The rain feeds lush forests, rolling hills, and keeps the air deliciously crisp. Want culture? The town is dotted with breweries, art galleries, museums, and coffee shops where people actually talk instead of scrolling. It's the kind of place where everyone has a story, and a sea shanty. In Astoria, you don't just live near the water, you live with it. The tides, the boats, the salty breeze, it becomes part of your rhythm. It's peaceful, poetic, and proudly a little weird. Number 4. Aspen, Colorado. You've probably heard of Aspen as a playground for the rich and famous, but here's the twist. There's a whole other side of Aspen that's pure mountain magic and surprisingly welcoming. Located at 8,000 feet above sea level, this former mining town turned luxury destination has a permanent population of about 7,000 residents, and it offers some of the most jaw-dropping scenery in America. Yes, Aspen is known for skiing, and with 4 major ski areas, Snowmass, Aspen Mountain, Buttermilk, and Aspen Highlands, it's a winter sports paradise. But here's what they don't tell you. Summer in Aspen is absolutely breathtaking. We're talking alpine meadows filled with wildflowers, crystal-clear rivers, and trails that lead to lakes so beautiful they feel photoshopped. The Maroon Bells? Probably the most photographed peaks in the US, and they live here. Okay, let's address the elephant on the slopes. Aspen is pricey. The median home price is around $2.5 million, and even modest condos go for $800,000 plus. But, and this is a big but, many people live in surrounding towns like Basalt or Carbondale where homes cost half that, and they still get to enjoy Aspen life every day. What makes Aspen special isn't just the zip code, it's the lifestyle. The town is deeply committed to arts and culture, home to the Aspen Music Festival, Food and Wine Classic, and Aspen Institute. There's even a free local bus system so you can skip the car and soak in the views. And with 300+ sunny days a year, it's never a bad time to be outdoors. Aspen might be flashy on the surface, but underneath it's a soulful, adventurous, and deeply connected mountain town. Whether you're sipping craft coffee downtown or hiking to a secluded alpine lake, Aspen proves that luxury and nature can, in fact, live happily ever after. Number 3. Lindborg, Kansas. Lindborg, Kansas. A place so charming it feels like it was plucked out of a storybook and sprinkled with a bit of Scandinavian magic. Home to just 3,300 residents, this small town in central Kansas is proudly known as Little Sweden, USA. And trust me, they don't just say that for tourism. Lindborg is deeply rooted in Swedish culture, and it shows up everywhere. From the hand-painted dollar horses lining the streets to the traditional festivals that make this place buzz with life. The median home price hovers around $180,000, making it one of the most affordable artistic towns in the country. Renting? You can easily find a one-bedroom apartment for $600 to $800 a month. Combine that with a cost of living that's about 20% below the national average, and you've got yourself a financial breath of fresh air. Yet, despite its small size, Lindborg has its own college, Bethany College, which gives the town a youthful, academic vibe and keeps the arts scene alive and kicking. But what really sets Lindborg apart is its vibrant spirit. They host Svensk Hyllningsfest every 2 years, a full-on Swedish heritage festival complete with folk dancing, costumed parades, and yes, even lutefisk. You'll also find art galleries, Scandinavian bakeries, and locally owned shops with hand-woven goods and vintage finds. It's safe here too, crime is remarkably low, and neighbors still greet each other with a smile. Plus, it's only 70 miles north of Wichita, so you're never too far from city conveniences. If you're looking for a town that's rich in heritage, big on heart, and light on your wallet, Lindborg is the kind of place where your story could really begin, and the chapters are bound to be cozy. Number 2. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah isn't just a city, it's an experience that lingers long after you've left. With its 22 moss-draped squares, cobblestone streets, and historic mansions that look like movie sets, this Georgian gem feels like a living, breathing novel. Home to around 147,000 people, Savannah somehow feels intimate despite its size, probably because it runs on southern charm, slower pace, and a little bit of magic. Let's get this out of the way. Savannah is affordable compared to other coastal cities. The median home price is about $285,000, far below places like Charleston or St. Augustine. Renters can still find one-bedroom apartments downtown for $1,200 or less, and there's no state income tax on Social Security benefits, making it an underrated spot for retirees too. What makes Savannah truly unique is its dual personality. By day, you'll explore Forsyth Park, visit the Telfair museums, or walk the haunted alleys of the historic district. By night, rooftop bars and ghost tours come alive. It's a city where history and nightlife somehow blend seamlessly. Oh, and if you're into food, Savannah is a feast. From shrimp and grits to upscale low-country cuisine, your taste buds will thank you daily. Savannah's economy is also growing steadily, thanks in part to Georgia Ports Authority, which makes it one of the busiest ports in the U.S. The job market is especially strong in tourism, logistics, and healthcare. Plus, the town is a magnet for creative energy, partly due to the Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, whose students infuse the city with art, fashion, and innovation. And let's not forget the weather. Savannah boasts over 215 sunny days per year and mild winters, meaning porch swings and sweet tea are practically year-round experiences. It's poetic, it's peaceful, and it's packed with personality. Savannah might just be the most magical town in the South that no one's talking about, until now. Number 1. Bluefield, West Virginia. At the very tip of southern West Virginia, straddling the Virginia border, you'll find Bluefield, a town with a cool name, cooler summers, and the kind of welcoming spirit that feels like family. Nicknamed nature's air-conditioned city because summer temperatures rarely rise above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, Bluefield is home to about 9,600 people and offers stunning mountain scenery, Appalachian heritage, and an affordable cost of living that's hard to beat. The median home price? Just $110,000. Yep, you read that right. You can still buy a home in Bluefield for less than the cost of a used Tesla. Renting? One-bedroom apartments go for around $600 a month, and even large houses come with small price tags. That's huge for anyone looking to escape big city costs without giving up quality of life. Bluefield's charm lies in its old-school feel and strong sense of community. You'll find stately old homes, tree-lined neighborhoods, and a walkable downtown with mom-and-pop diners, antique stores, and even a restored theater. The town has a rich railroad and coal mining history, and you can still feel that grit and pride in the people who live here. Nature is the real star, though. With nearby East River Mountain, Lotito Park, and the scenic Hatfield-McCoy trails, outdoor lovers will never run out of things to explore. Hiking, ATVing, fishing, it's all here, without the crowds. And even though it's tucked away, Bluefield isn't isolated. You're just 2 hours from Roanoke and 90 minutes from Charleston, making weekend getaways easy. Life moves slower here, and that's the point. No traffic jams, no high-rise stress, just fresh mountain air and the hum of crickets at night. If you're looking for peace, affordability, and a town with soul, Bluefield might be your new happy place.